Hey baby, I just wanted to tell you something, a couple somethings. So I've been reading the Every Woman's Marriage book to try to gain some insight into how you think and a woman's need in a marriage. And as I was reading it, I realized that you had bought these books for us. And you bought the man one for me, and you bought the woman one for you. And then it started making me wonder why I only read about a third of mine, and then the binding on yours hasn't even been folded until I started reading it. And it makes me think we didn't have time. And I know that's why, is that we didn't have time. We never made time in our marriage for anything but work, kids, sex, and sleep. But just a little bit of sleep. We rarely got any sleep. Well, I've made a lot of changes to better my perception and outlook in my life. So while I was reading this book this afternoon, I realized that I've been telling you all the things I've done wrong that I didn't know before. And it's very eye opening to see the things from your perspective. And I've made a complete change in my life since the realization of these things that I've done wrong. I've been praying to God to show me other areas in my life that I need to change in order to be a whole person for myself and for Marissa and for you. You're still my wife, and I hope you always will be. But regardless of what happens, I'm making these changes. And God has revealed a lot to me today. Things I didn't ever think about that I had done wrong in our marriage. And right as I was thinking about these things, I had a thought about you. And it was the first year that we started going to Faith Car Street. It was when you raised your hand and went to the front and asked God into your life. And you were crying your eyes out. And I was there standing there behind you and I was rubbing your back and I just remember you crying. And it was such a proud moment for me to see. To see that burden of your past lifted off your shoulders. And ever since I dedicated my life to God a few weeks back and then getting baptized on the 15th, my heart has been changing. I'm finally seeing that God really does forgive me. There's things in our marriage that I wish I can take back, and I know that I can't. But I realized finally, just these past few days, that God isn't looking on my past anymore. And that's what you told me too, that you forgive me and that you're not looking at me for the things I've done in the past. And it means so much to me to have you forgive me. I thank you for giving me a fresh start and a clean slate. All I can do is be the best man now that I can be for you, which is what I've been doing for nearly 2 months and will continue to do for the rest of my life. You're going to be in my life in one fashion or the other forever. You know what I want. I'm going to be that man whether you're here or not because I love you. But I didn't follow God in our marriage or in my life at all throughout our marriage. And now I have been, and I feel convicted to do what's right all the time. I feel God pulling at my heartstrings, and I want you to know that. Thank you for being you. You're the most beautiful woman in my life, and I love you.